Okay, if you watched the last video, episode 1 of Outlandish Boss, this is part 2 because I forgot what the hell I was talking about. So this is a continuation because I totally spaced the point of my story. Was this prick boss that I had that we went out, took me out to the bar, had some beers. Like I said, the guy was a crybaby asshole for 5 years as a boss, and he just says, I want to take you out to the bar for beer, man. Let's go right now. And he's never fucking did anything like that. He's never even fucking brought donuts to work, much less take me out to fucking get drunk. And that's what we did. We got fucked up, and then this guy was very serious. He didn't really have a sense of humor. I'm a fucking clown. I pretty much spend most of my waking hours in a state of comedy because this world sucks, you know. I mean, so that's why I do that, and I keep myself submersed in my mind submersed in funny. It's worked for me since 8th grade, so fuck it. So anyhow, I'm gonna get to the point of the story. This boss of mine, this fucking little crybaby bitch for 5 years, comes up to me one day on fucking Tuesday at lunch. It wasn't even Friday Tuesday at lunch. He's the boss, so you got to listen to what the boss says, right? He goes, "Don't even clock out, man. You're gonna be on the clock." I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? Because he's such an asshole for 5 motherfucking years, 40 hours a week. So we go to the bar. We end up getting pretty fucking drunk, and then we're outside smoking cigarettes. And then he asked me if he could suck my dick, and I'm like, all right, dude, a wet mouth is a wet mouth. Go, boss. I go, wait. $1 raise? And he said, $150. He got on his knees and fucking hammered that shit between his tonsils. We got caught by the Trudy, the bartender. She came out the garbage, and she's like, oh, all I see is her. It was funny as fuck. I lost my heart on because I started laughing. She's under that one light behind the bar that every bar has behind the back door with her little wastebasket from the bar. I see her, I look over at her silhouette underneath the light, the little porch light. She goes, oh my God, can't you guys at least go duck under the fucking oak trees, you fucking homos? And then she laughs because she was just fucking around, you know. Actually, that didn't happen. So we're out there in the back smoking cigarettes, my boss, and I noticed he didn't say a goddamn word. He's just staring at the fucking sky. You know where this shit's going. And I'm kind of looking at the spot. He's trying to find a spot he's staring at in the sky. I'm kind of looking at him. And it went on for a while, just dead fucking silence. We're drunk, and now we're quiet and silent. When does that ever happen? And I thought about saying a joke, but I didn't. And then I just went ahead and went with the silence too. You know, it's like I studied the science of silence recently. It's fucked up. I made that up too. But so I'm just saying, quiet. All right, we're gonna sit here and space out quietly. And I wasn't gonna say shit until he spoke up. Just probably the fuck with him. You know what I mean? I'm an asshole. I'm a clown, asshole, clown, asshole. So, and he goes, you know, it's way more out there than we've been led on to know. And I'm like, oh, fuck yeah, there is. Everything's out there. And he goes, well... And it was the weirdest response to that type of discussion out there. What's out there? What the great mystery to man, right? Looking out at the stars at night. Nobody's ever said that. I've never even heard that content. Well, what the fuck? I mean, that just threw me as drunk. It killed my drunk. I was almost sober. I don't know why either. Well, who the fuck says that when you're talking about what is out there? It threw me for a fucking loop, and I almost didn't know I really didn't have no response to that. I was like waiting for the next step. What the fuck? What are we doing now, dude? And he goes, last weekend, you remember I was being a real prick last week? And I go, no, I never noticed. And I chuckled because he still didn't take his eye off the spot. It's like he stared at one constellation, you know what I mean, in the sky. He was, you know, when you look in someone's eye, They're not just gazing off somewhere. He's looking right at something. You can tell. Now I'm completely sober. This motherfucker's got me a little freaked out. If you were there, the vibe was even heavier than the words, but the words were, well, what the fuck? And he goes, yeah, I was being a real prick last week. It was like, I was at the pinnacle of prickhood. Because he didn't say nothing all day Monday. Actually, he disappeared about, like, right before lunch Monday and come back. He's the boss. He does what he wants. And he came in Tuesday and he hid in his office, didn't say shit. He usually goes around there everywhere. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's actually policy. He's supposed to do that per HR, per corporate. Good morning, good morning. You can tell he doesn't want to do it, but he's a fucking asshole. And he didn't come out of his fucking office that Tuesday all fucking morning. And then doesn't talk to nobody. And who comes up to me? I'm like, oh, fuck. What's this motherfucker going to do now? Yell at me, bring me a work order. This goddamn fucking, what's going on with this fucking work order? Blah, blah. And I'll be like, Stan. Look at the date on, I look at the work order, I hand it back to him. Look at the date on the work order, Stan. Boss, fucking site manager, manager of operations, dickhead, fuckface. And he looks at it, I go, do you see anything odd about that concerning yours truly? And he said, what? I go, look at the date, Stan. Look at the date. 7 years ago. Stan, good sir, how long have I been employed with at the store, with this company? So 5 years, and I go, exactly, sir, 5 years. Mr. Stan Pullman, you're dismissed. Thank you. I didn't say that to the boss because I would have just made him cry and pee his pants or something. So I thought I was going to get one of those, and he comes up to me and he goes, let's go to the fucking bar. So I'm standing outside the fucking back of this bar for way too long in the dark with another grown man, and I'm like, dude, fucking, let's go back inside or fucking go home. I need to get away from your fucking ass. You a fucking weirdo. And he goes, well, I was being a prick all last week. I had the worst weekend of my entire life. He goes, Jimmy, I went home that Friday night after being that fucking total prick Friday afternoon. I screamed at everybody and then stormed out at 2:30 instead of 5. I go, no, I haven't noticed it, Stan, you fucking idiot. He goes, I went home, and he goes, I don't know what, I was just in this ruckus, and, I didn't say nothing, but my wife left me 2 weeks ago, and I went home, and I just, and I got on the phone with her attorney, saying that he's put a freeze on some of my accounts, and blah, 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 power of attorney, this, that, and the other, and he goes, that's why I was being a prick all fucking week. He goes, I went home, my wife's gone, my fucking 10-year-old boy, he's gone, my 13-year-old daughter, who's just fucking, she's going to Washington, D.C. to fucking play violin at this fucking recital that I'm supposed to go to with my wife, and I just want to bash her fucking face in. Jimmy, I went home and I took out my .38 revolver and I put it in my fucking mouth, and I was going to pull the fucking trigger, and my fucking Bluetooth, YouTube on my phone, before I grabbed the gun and put it in my mouth, it activated my Bluetooth sound system, and my 5,000 watt home stereo system came on. When are you gonna come down? When are you going to land? I should have stayed on the farm. I should have listened to my old man. No, you can't hold me forever. Never signed up with you. I'm not a present for your friends to open. This boy's too young to be singing the blues. Hey, hey. So goodbye, yellow brick road, where the dogs of society hell. can't plant me in your penthouse. I'm going back to my plow. Back to the alley, old owl in the woods, chasing the honeyback toad. 2, 3. Oh, I finally found where my future lies, beyond the yellow brick road. Ah, ah. And then, so he sang it to a T, you know. He had some drinks, so. And then he told me, he goes, he woke up in the middle of the night in the backyard, on the back lawn, you know, nice summer night. He was laying on the grass. He didn't remember going out there. Blacked out, drunk. Well, no, he wasn't drunk. So he decided not to kill himself because Elton John saved his life, and he woke up on the back lawn in the middle of the night, and his speech changed. His speech pattern. He goes, I opened my eyes, and he says, "You ever seen a hash mark on a football field? It's just this long, white hash. It's a hash mark." He goes, "It's like the fucking sky opened up just for a millisecond. And that hash mark was there, but it was a hash mark of light. And then the back end of it closed." And he goes, "Your brain deciphers it as meteorite. It's just, you know, something that passes over the sky that lights up." And he goes, "But I thought about it." He goes, "Meteorites don't have right angles." And he said, it just, a hash mark of light opened from this end and it shut from this end, like it traveled somewhere. And he said he stood up and he looked down. He has a house on the edge of the canyon. He looked down in the canyon and he said, "Jimmy, I don't have any friends or family left. But all I can tell you is there was a goddamn UFO down in that fucking canyon. And it was the size of Candlestick Park. You could put 50,000 49er fans, football fans in there to watch the game. Huge, and you can barely see it. It was barely glowing. Didn't want to be seen, but it wanted to be seen only by few, or maybe one." And I said, "Oh shit, I need cigarettes." And I fucking just walked in the back of the bar. And I thought about ditching him, but I thought, no, he'll probably fire me because he was my boss. So I just walked back in the bar, and I bummed the cigarette off this dude, and I bummed another one. I smoked like 3 cigarettes in about 3 minutes, and he came back in. And it's loud in the bar, you know, it's noisy, pool cues snapping, and, you know, country music in the jukebox, and laughing drunk girls, and he comes in there, and he kind of leans against the bar, and now he's all like swagger, like he just knows something, you know? Like he's unafraid. He was never once playing the victim, and he told me, he goes, "Jimmy, now you know. But when you're given information, Jimmy, you gotta watch out. Because the needle can always pull into the red, Jimmy. Into the red." The end.